We have some great paying remote jobs for you today, including high paying remote jobs at Cigna that don't need tons of experience, some entry level remote jobs in human resources, customer service leadership, and an afternoon evening shift online job. And we have a very beginner friendly, little experience needed remote job with a well known organization that pays up to $31 per hour. I want to get into this one first because there's an application deadline. It comes to us from YMCA, a globally recognized organization that operates as one of the largest charitable nonprofits in the world, and they've been around since the 1800s. They're looking for a customer experience specialist. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. They have a location of Chicago, Illinois, but we're going to ignore that because this job is full-time. It is remote. In fact, they do tell us they embrace a remote-first working environment, which means most employees work remotely from a home office within the continental United States. And they have 2 openings for this position right now. Now, I do want to mention this. You need to get your application in by June 24th. They don't tell us that here on this job description, but if we go back to the main careers page, they do tell us that. So if you like this job, make sure to get your application in right away. So this job is all about customer service, and you'll do a whole bunch of data entry. You'll audit account data, perform system maintenance tasks, including YMCA program data entry, escalating issues appropriately, participating in ongoing training, and supporting continuous process improvement to enhance the overall YMCA member and staff experience. You'll respond to members, association staff, and general inquiries received in the ticketing system regarding YMCA association information, membership, childcare, and programs. You'll also assist with YMCA program entry and maintenance and respond to ticket submissions and other email requests within the expected time frame of 2 business days or less. And you'll complete daily, weekly, or monthly audits of YMCA association data of new membership, childcare, and program registrations. And they have more details. If interested in this job, read through the details. So this is a very beginner-friendly remote job. They tell us they'll take you if you have 0 to 2 years of experience, foundational skill level, and entry-level industry knowledge and experience. They would like you to have a bachelor's degree or equivalent in a relevant field such as business or related disciplines. And as far as the salary, this is a really good paying job. They tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $26.44 up to $31.73 per hour. So now let's talk about the really good paying remote jobs with Cigna. They're a global healthcare services company that was founded in 1982. The first one I'm sharing is for an enrollment and billing manager to work in the Evernorth division. This job is full-time. It is remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on this job description. And your main responsibility in this job will be to lead a team that helps payments post accurately, issues get resolved quickly, and partners have the support they need. So basically, you'll lead daily enrollment and billing cash operations to support accurate payment posting, strong accounts receivable outcomes, and timely issue resolution. You'll set clear goals for the team and build a culture of accountability, learning, and continuous improvement. You'll coach team members, share feedback, and support skill growth, as well as monitor productivity, quality, and compliance results, and partner with internal teams, payers, vendors, and other stakeholders to remove barriers. You'll also support hiring, onboarding, training, staffing plans, and performance conversations to build a dependable and engaged team, and review and update procedures as needed to support prompt payment posting, quality standards, and consistent work practices. So if you have a bachelor's degree in healthcare administration, finance, business, or a related field, in a few years healthcare payment posting, billing, reimbursement, revenue cycle, or related healthcare operations experience, and a little bit of experience leading, coaching, or coordinating the work of others, check out this opportunity. They'd like you to have knowledge of third-party payer guidelines, healthcare billing practices, or reimbursement processes. And of course, you need to be a good communicator. You can manage priorities, solve problems, protect confidential information, make sound decisions in a fast-paced environment, and you're proficient with Microsoft Office products. And they list some preferred qualifications. Whenever I see preferred, that tells me they're just preferred. They're not required. But if you meet any of these preferences, definitely make sure to include them on your resume. That way you'll stand out and stand a better chance of getting this job. And as we scroll down a little bit, I want to show you the salary. Right down here, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $78,400 up to $130,600 per year. Another high-paying remote job with Cigna is for a planning and delivery coordinator, and this one too is in the Ever North division. It is full-time, it is remote anywhere within the United States, no location restrictions, and in this job you'll be responsible for support planning, intake, governance, reporting, and initiative tracking across U.S. employer product solutions. You'll help leaders and teams make informed decisions by keeping information organized, accurate, and easy to use. So for the most part, this seems like a project management kind of job where you'll coordinate intake and tracking of new requests, initiatives, resource needs, and delivery commitments while maintaining a clear portfolio inventory that shows initiative status. You also track requests from intake through transition to delivery, prepare reports, dashboards, and presentation materials, and document meeting outcomes, decisions, action teams, and follow-up activities. So a lot of report generation and admin work in this position. You'd be a great fit if you have a couple years experience in project coordination, program support, business operations, administration, reporting, or a related field. You also have experience gathering, tracking, and organizing information. And it goes without saying you need to be extremely organized and you're comfortable creating and maintaining spreadsheets, reports, dashboards, presentation materials, and status updates. And they list some preferred qualifications. They're just preferred, not required. I recommend reading through them. If you meet any of them, make sure to include them on your resume. And when it comes to the salary, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $66,300 up to $110,500 per year. Okay, let's get into an entry-level human resources job. It comes to us from CalStart. So CalStart is a legitimate nonprofit organization that helps the transportation industry switch to clean energy, and they've been around since 1992. They have an opening for a human resources coordinator. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions anywhere on the job description. Let's take a quick peek at the application because sometimes they hide location restrictions in the application. And nope, I don't see any location restrictions on the application either. They do ask in which time zone you live, Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, or other time zone. So that tells me you can do this job nationwide in the United States. So going back to the job description, what you're going to do is manage onboarding and offboarding activities. You'll maintain employee records, support HR systems and reporting, and ensure an exceptional employee experience. So yep, you'll do employee onboarding and offboarding. You'll do some HR administration and HRIS, HR communications, as well as compliance and record keeping and administrative support related to human resources. They're looking for someone who has an associate's degree in human resources, business administration, or related field. A bachelor's degree is preferred, but that's not required. And they'd like you to have a couple years of human resources administrative or coordination experience. You have experience supporting multiple HR functions, including onboarding, HR administration, and employee support. And you also have experience working with an HRIS, preferably ADP Workforce Now. You should be proficient using Microsoft Office Suite, Excel, ADP Workforce Now, or comparable human resource information systems. You're comfortable using Canva as well as Adobe Acrobat or PDF editing software, and you're also comfortable using virtual meeting platforms such as Teams or Zoom. They desire, but they don't require, you're familiar with SharePoint, survey platforms, and electronic document management systems. And when it comes to the salary, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $29.81 up to $35.77 per hour. Now, this is worth noting. They tell us they understand not everyone will match the above qualifications 100%. If your background is not perfectly aligned, but you feel you'd be a great addition to the team, they'd love to hear from you. So if you don't meet all of the qualifications they're asking for, you like this job, still apply for it. So next up, we have an entry-level customer support leadership role. It comes to us from FoodSmart. They're a healthcare technology and telenutrition company that was founded in 2010. They have an opening for a member support representative lead. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. In fact, as we scroll down a little bit, they tell us candidates must reside in and work within the United States. And you'll work Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time zone hours. You do not have to live in the Pacific time zone. Just Just translate your local hours to those hours. And I have a really strong feeling they are hiring remotely for all of you who live in California as well. So in this job, you'll be responsible for the day-to-day leadership, coaching, and performance management of a team of member support representatives. You'll ensure your team consistently delivers professional, accurate, and empathetic support to members navigating eligibility, benefits scheduling, and access to their food benefits. So you do some team leadership and coaching, performance and quality management, escalation and cross-functional support, as well as process operations. That means you'll manage day-to-day team workflow, including balancing live call coverage with ticket queue management. So if you're a people-first leader, you're empathetic, you're an organized multitasker, you're also accountable and consistent, collaborative, transparent with decisions, and a quick thinker, check out this opportunity. They'd like you to have experience working in a remote, high-volume, complex case manager or care manager environment, ideally in a lead, supervisor, or senior agent capacity. They strongly prefer you have prior people management or team lead experience, and ideally you have experience in healthcare or another highly regulated industry such as finance and payments processing. They prefer you're familiar with call center and ticketing platforms, you have a reliable high-speed internet connection, and you're flexible, available, and able to work later day shifts and occasional weekends when needed. And as far as the salary down here, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $60,000 to $70,000 per year, plus you have the potential for a $10,000 bonus. Okay, we have another really good paying remote job, and this is an afternoon evening shift opportunity. It comes to us from Ambience Healthcare. They're a prominent artificial intelligence startup in the medical technology sector, and they were founded in 2020. They're looking for a clinician support specialist. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States, but it is a contract opportunity, so that means you more than likely will not get benefits and they will not do your tax withholding. This is a 12-month contract role working from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, with one overnight on-call rotation per week, including potential weekend coverage. And you do not have to live in the Eastern Time zone, just translate your local hours to these hours. So your main responsibility in this job is to help clinicians get up and running on the app. You'll be part of a high-performing support team delivering world-class care across at least 35 health system deployments. You'll diagnose complex technical issues and resolve them fast. Basically, you'll serve as the primary point of contact for clinicians experiencing issues with Ambience's AI documentation tools, delivering fast and empathetic support via intercom, email, and other designated channels. You'll diagnose and resolve complex technical issues related to Ambience's platform, EHR integrations, and user configurations, and escalate with clear documentation when needed. You'll identify and surface recurring issues, build and maintain internal and external support resources, and respond to PagerDuty alerts and on-call escalations per team protocols. So if you have a couple years experience in customer support, tech support, or a comparable role, ideally within healthcare or SaaS, check out this job. You should be able to demonstrate the ability to troubleshoot complex, multi-factor technical issues and communicate resolutions clearly. You're an excellent communicator. You have experience building knowledge resources, streamlining workflows, and driving continuous improvement. You have no problem working with other departments within the company and escalating trends effectively. And you're available to work 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time shift and one overnight on-call rotation per week, including potential weekend coverage. And the salary's pretty good in this position. They tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $36.06 up to $50.48 per hour, which translates to between $75,000 and $105,000 per year. So that's all I have for you in this video. Hopefully one of these high-paying remote jobs works out for you. So have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.